I will briefly discuss why recruiters need resumes for the dynamical businesses. Because you can get a job without a resume. I have no experience of searching people for stagnating or non-developing businesses. So I am speaking responsibly about my experience. Globally, recruiters need only 3 things from your resume. First is vector of movement in life. Second, ability to grow. And third, ability to move continuously, no stalling. Your CV starts from who I am section, or what my aspirations and intentions are. This is the first. If your intention or motivation is omitted in your resume, the recruiters consider you to wander aimlessly around the job market, walking here and there. And this also shows the attitude towards both life and work. Secondly, what have I achieved? Your section in the resume, yes? We are not about results here, but more about achievements. It is not the same. What's the difference between them? Results focus on quantity. I built 10 or 25 houses. Achievement is when a person does something impossible, something that was extremely difficult to do, but they coped and managed to do this. This applies to top managers first and foremost. This also applies to all the key employees who support the entire business. They are interested in what a person has achieved. How much have you grown as individuals? They are interested in our growth. Growth is one of the most important things. If a person is unable to grow, or at least we don't see growth in his resume, then it's unlikely we will hire him if the position implies growth and has great perspectives. Most likely the job will be robotics. Like this. Sit down here, take this, put there, and do it for the next 10 years. And nothing will change in the process. No changes, growth and development. In order to be offered a job with opportunities to grow, the recruiters need to see in the CV and the resume that the person has the ability and the intention to grow and strive ahead. When someone says in this resume or CV, I helped, I participated, I answered, etc. I was responsible for something. It is not clear what their attitude was towards the activity they were involved in. Employers are primarily interested in candidates' motivation. What is the activity the candidate is genuinely interested in? What type of activity the candidate doesn't enjoy doing as much? Most of the time, this element is not mentioned. But you will need to write about your attitude towards the work that you did and what exactly you did. For some reason, everyone believes that it is necessary to show their duty growths from the point of view of how the number of duties went up, how new shoulder straps and titles were given. What about titles? For example, I was an assistant and then became a manager and after that a top manager and so on. Everybody thinks that growth is about titles, but it is not. If a lady left work due to maternity leave, she says, "What? I'm going to write about the period when I was on a maternity leave?" This is a question to you just now. Thirdly, the completeness of your resume is important for so there are no gaps anywhere. For example, I grew doing this. It is very difficult to incorporate this into your old framework of stereotypes and perception. You can write about how you grew as a mother. You have become a mother. How did this change you? How did your state of being in your everyday life has changed now that you are a mother? For example, you write, "Oh, I have changed so much since becoming a mother, and this cannot be compared to any changes that I underwent in any of the jobs that I have done." Why do I bring these examples up? This is a vivid example that shows that our resume is not about titles, positions, and how we grew at work, but about how we grew in terms of our states of being. It is all about internal changes, how someone has been changing within through their life, how they have been growing along with their vector to constantly grow. This should be the most important thing that settles in the consciousness of the future manager, company owner, recruiter, who will say after reading your resume, "Oh, this person is interested in growing and stable in growing." He or she can become a potential candidate. You must show your love and ability to grow everywhere. That is why we show all the periods of our life, irrespectively if it was a maternity leave or something else. We don't want to have blank spaces. You worked somewhere, and there is no information for the next 3 years. This period is blank. Where have you been all this time? Do you need more questions addressed to your black holes on the interview? Every time gap in your resume will lead to the recruiter's question, definitely. Where have you been during those 3 years? Why has this permanent activity been omitted? If you have any questions about how to deal with those gaps correctly, or if you feel that you have no achievements, you can ask us during consultation. These are the most important things that I wanted to add. See you later. Bye.